Hi, I'm Brent Johnson.
And I'm Andrew Schaeffer.
And here we are at Trinity Lutheran Church. We are in Watertown, Wisconsin, sitting at the console of a Wissinger organ from 1991. Andrew, this is your first time here in this building as well?
It is, yeah. And I've lived here 7 years now, and all those 7 years I've heard wonderful things about this instrument from people whose opinions I trust. And so I'm really excited to get to play it and explore it today for the first time. I've played one Wissinger organ in my life, and it was a little continuo organ at Luther College in Decorah, Iowa, and that was about 20 years ago. So this is essentially going to be a new experience for me.
Well, this is my first Wissinger organ, and it's the first one we've been able to bring to the channel. I'm happy to say Jim Miller, the organist here, talked to me a little bit before you got here and gave us some history of how a builder from New Hampshire ended up in the middle of Wisconsin.
Yeah.
I'm Jim Miller. I have been organist here at Trinity since 1988 when our family moved to Watertown and I became principal at Trinity St. Luke's Lutheran School. When they built this church, their plan had been to bring an upright piano into the balcony. And there was one man who felt that this just was not going to be acceptable. And so he was able to raise funds of about $10,000 to buy a Wix organ. And when I came in 1988, that Wix organ was still being used and about on its last legs. You would push down the tabs and they would automatically pop back up, so we were jamming pencils into the tabs to keep them down. And once in a while, little wisps of smoke would come out, making you wondering what was going on inside. And so the congregation celebrated its 75th anniversary in 1991. And it was decided the anniversary project should be replacing the organ. And that's how we ended up with the Wissinger. They had hoped for a different organ company, that was the original plan, but they were so booked we knew that we would not get the organ for at least 2 or 3 years after the anniversary. And Professor Franklin Zabel from Northwestern Prep School up the street had heard about Darren Wissinger's work, and Mr. Wissinger was looking for a place in the Midwest where he could showcase an organ. He was hoping to break into the Midwest market. So this is how we ended up with our organ. What's interesting is that it's probably the largest organ that the Wissinger Organ Company put together. I don't know if it helped him break into the Midwest, though. Our pastor at the time was Pastor William Gabb, and he was a pastor who was very interested in Christian worship, a good singer himself, wanted to do anything that he could promote music within the congregation. And I think the congregation kind of followed his lead. It was a little bit of a sell to talk about a tracker action organ. And to this day, I don't think the congregation fully understands the long-term ramifications of having a quality instrument like a tracker that will serve them for many, many years. The average layperson doesn't understand how organs work. And so they were very receptive to the idea. The fundraising went relatively well. The original price was $275,000 in 1991, which was astronomical, I thought. I was a part of the organ committee at that time. Recently, when we had some tuning done, I asked the tuners, I said, what do you think the value, the replacement value would be today? And I was shocked to hear it's probably $1.4 million. So it's been here and the congregation accepts it.
And I believe this, I'd love to be proven wrong, this may be his largest organ.
It seems like it might be.
I think he specialized more in continuo organs and smaller projects, but I wish he had built more organs of this size, because this is a really special organ. And there was another fellow who voiced this, named Hal Gober. Do you know who Hal Gober is?
I've heard Hal Gober's name. Yeah, we haven't seen any of his instruments either yet, but there's some on the
Yeah,
planet.
a very talented organ builder and voicer, and so you'll hear his influence throughout this instrument.
Well, it's a mechanical action organ, and the first thing I noticed walking in the room is all of the facade, and I believe everything behind the facade is made of hammered lead.
Yes, yeah, looks
very
beautiful.
high lead sound, so it's going to give us a little warmer, darker sound,
Right.
ideally. So let's just start with, we have the grate and the swell and the pedals in the back of the organ. Where do you want to start with this instrument?
I think let's just start with the eightfoot principle, because it's among the most beautiful stops on this instrument. working it on the one note that is buzzing a
fine.
little bit.
Just
I'll
a little
transpose
bit.
it up. There we
Still,
go.
it's a lovely singing sound. Nice, clear principal, but warm too.
And it's one of these stops that, you know, I could spend 2 hours practicing
Sure.
just on that stop. I mean, it's got such a nice, incisive, but singing tone that really is pleasant to listen for.
And the action is very sharp and responsive on this organ as well.
One
so-
could say that. I think this may be just the lightest
Is
touch
it very light?
I
Okay.
have ever encountered on an organ. So much so that when I was recording Bach's Nun komm der Heiden Heiland, I just coupled the swell down just for kicks because I wanted a
Give it a
little bit more weight. And I threw on a stop to make it worth my while. But yes, very plucky action.
Well, that great principal's right here in front of us, and then let's just keep going back and building up the principal chorus.
Sure. So sticking with our Nun komm theme. That's the 4-foot octave, and it's quite a bit more subdued.
Yeah.
But it works well with the 8, of course. And it sounds like this organ's in a bit of a temperament.
A little
I'm
bit, yeah.
not sure what temperament it is.
I'm
But
not either. I don't have them all memorized, but something unique here.
Right.
Somebody will know. They'll be able to tell us.
and then there's a 12. With the 8 and 4.
It feels like we're getting more fluty as we go up. And
Yes.
Maybe that's a product of the lead pipes or the scaling.
Possibly.
Maybe both.
Here's the 2-foot principal. Let's see if it gets flutier. Definitely more gentle. Here it is with the 8 and the 4. With the 12. And then I believe the 17th is probably principal scale. So
Somewhere in between. It's not much like the 2 2/3. It's not overly
right,
aggressive there.
we can build our cornet. Add the trumpet to it, and you can get quite a nice solo sound. I'll put something in the swell, and we can you can hear how it sounds.
A very distinctive solo sound.
It is, yeah. Of course,
I'm
the
gonna-
cornet acts to reinforce the trumpet as it gets.
Sure. Let me hear the trumpet just by itself.
Kind of got a Germanic quality to it. Definitely a little more on the mellow side. This looks like maybe some of the pipes need a little bit of cleaning, but really nice, robust sound.
Yeah, so it helps to add a lot of color to it. We skipped over the mixture, though. Let's hear the whole principal chorus
Sure.
from 8 to 4 to the 2 2/3 in the mixture.
2 in the mixture. So with the 17th. Borden 16. That adds some really
That adds
nice
a lot.
gravi
The
touch to
17th
it.
doesn't add as much sort of growl as it sometimes
Clang,
can to
yeah,
but
right.
it's a little bit of color. It's a nice addition, but the
very
16
nice.
really dominates that.
Let's hear that by itself. Nice by a quintadina in
Yes.
disguise here. Very quinty.
But it has a lot of fundamental down in the bottom octave. Sometimes those quinty 16 foots get kind
Right.
of whispery down there, and this one's very full. All right.
We have a stop flute, which is really quite lovely.
Lovely.
Chimney flute 4. With the stopped.
It's a nice pair between those two. They're very similar. Lovely.
Very lovely.
All right, and that is our great division.
Yep.
So let's go over to the swell now, which is just over on our right side.
Right.
Sitting
We
here.
have yet another chimney flute.
Darker and more broad than the great. Okay.
Right. Spire flute at 4. And then a really lovely recorder, 2. The 3 flutes together. Again, a
Lovely.
sound I could
Yeah.
listen to all day. Nice and sprightly. We have a viola 8, which is really a principal in disguise.
But a very thin principle.
Correct. But
Appropriately
you
so.
can use it with, there is a 4-foot principle.
Okay.
We'll listen to it here. With the
Lovely.
with the viola, it is very pretty. I just want to play that 4-foot principle
Yeah.
again.
It's one of those rare stops that has a lot of clarity and a lot of warmth. It doesn't spit or scream, but it's just.
I'd like to take that home with me.
I
It would be
think
my,
you have to
my
leave it
early
here.
Christmas
Sorry.
present.
Yeah.
All right. So we can build up a secondary chorus actually using that viola, the 4-foot principle. There's a mixture. Not sure about the recorder. We can experiment.
works really well. Play the bottom note of the mixture. Let's see if we have a 3-rank mixture. 2 2/3 mixture. Or is it
2 2/3.
So completes
The
our 8
8-foot
and 4 there.
Yeah, 8-foot kicks in there. So, yeah, like I said, nice secondary chorus. Well, I don't want to forget about the celeste, though, that pairs with the viola.
Very nice, useful celeste there.
Right.
All right.
So we already did the mixture. We have a sesquialter, 2. Here it is with the 8 and the 4.
That's very colorful. Could you say use the principal instead of the flute and get a little different sounding sesquialtera there?
I should put the
viola.
viola. Yep.
Yeah, let's see what the.
The chimney flute. The viola. Almost works better with the viola.
Yeah, and it's still very full, and I was expecting something a little more, I guess, bright and different, but actually it's just a nice full cornet sound.
Yeah.
With either one. Okay.
It is. It's nice to have the 2 contrasting cornets.
Yeah, indeed.
It really comes in handy. And then we have a dulcian.
Nice German sound there.
And a good solo stop in and of itself. This is a really versatile stop. And with the chimney flute.
Can it also function as a chorus reed?
Oh, yes,
Using its-
very well. So here's the 8/4 mixture. Maybe that's not the best the key to play in this temperament. There we go. The dulcian.
Very nice.
Very nice chorus read.
Okay.
Nice little growl down there. And then an oboe. Really transitions, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Let's listen to that. It's like 3 different ranks in there.
Yeah, interesting.
That octave is really pudgy, and then this is almost regal-like.
Yeah, it's very thin.
I'm sure you can warm up that oboe with this chimney flute.
It still has kind of that regal quality, that little closed-in, covered quality, but yeah, it has a lot of color.
Yeah. And then in
Great.
the pedal division, we have we have a Borden 16 that's actually quite stealth. Eight-foot principal.
Right here.
It's right in our face, which is fine. 8-foot Borden, I assume this is from the 16. Let's see. Sure enough.
It's along the back wall of the case.
Choral bass. Two different ones.
Independent, but also out in the facade.
Right. Trombone, real length.
Yeah, it's full length back. Yeah, I can see it sticking up above the case, actually.
Yeah. And then a trumpet. Which of course comes from the
Same thing.
Yeah, but you can, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 pedal stops, and you can make a nice racket. So, there's one extraordinarily important stop that I don't want to
I
forget.
forget, it's unique. It's on a hitch down toe spoon here, and it just says Glock.
Let's hope it's not of the ammunition kind.
It plays on the Swell. Is that inside the Swell box, or is it out in the... No, it's out here.
It's out right in your face, and it is pressure sensitive, so
Oh.
I can play it softly.
Interesting.
Or
I guess the action is just actual hammer
correct.
that's hitting it, so it's harder to hit the key. What?
So Brent, what's your favorite Christmas carol?
Oh, it's time for Silent Night in just a few days.
Let's see.
We haven't mentioned it. We're shooting this in Advent. It's probably not going to go out till well after Christmas, so people are going to wonder why we're in such
week?
Advent and
A
Christmas.
week
But we are a
before
week before
Christmas.
Christmas. Amazing thing.
That's how much we are dedicated to
yes.
you, our viewers. We got up from our church jobs to go visit a Wissinger and play a glockenspiel in Watertown,
Yeah,
Wisconsin.
only because I don't know where else you would find that sound.
That's
especially
quite
in a Lutheran
charming.
church.
That
in
is
here.
really fun. More organs need glockenspiels.
Indeed. We also have a very unique cymbal stir in this organ.
Yep.
And also a hitch down stud spoon there, but this is one of the design is one of Darren Wissinger's unique designs for a
Sounds
cymbal
lovely.
stir. Sounds nice.
So I want to say a little bit about the combination action,
Yeah.
which, really, I don't miss having pistons on this organ because of these spoons. So it's really cool. I've never seen anything like
I
it.
haven't either.
So there's 4 Swell spoons here, and then there's 4 great. One of them has been designated the General Cancel, which is at St. Luke's Evanston. On that old Skinner, they always had one of the They had no general
Had no
cancel
cancels.
until Joe DeZeta added one in the 90s. So I think General 4 was always the general cancel. That's the same concept here. It's mechanical. You have to give it quite a heave-ho here to get it to go. But I was like, how do you set the pistons? You set the stops you want. Say I'll add the 2 foot, and then you can actually just lift up,
Put it up a little bit.
and then
And that sets it.
and that sets it. And then there you
off.
go. Bob's your uncle.
We're going to have to go see how that works, because I've never seen anything
It's
like
really
that.
clever,
Yeah.
actually, and easy to set something as you're playing.
Yeah, I guess so.
A fascinating, fast piece. But like I said, this is a really remarkable organ.
It's a lovely find, yeah.
I just love it when churches take calculated risks. This is obviously they went with a builder who was very, very talented, but didn't have a lot of work in the area, and gave him an opportunity, and the results are spectacular.
It's like something nobody else in the neighborhood has. So
Kudos to Wissinger and Trinity for having the foresight to build this instrument. I believe it's the only, besides that little continuo at Luther College, to my knowledge, it's the only Wissinger organ in the entire Midwest.
Well, I'm going to go crawl around. We're going to figure out how some of this stuff works. So let's go grab the cameras and look inside.
All right.
Getting into the organ is fairly simple. I have a little step ladder that helps us get up to this walkboard between the pedal pipes and the rest of the organ. The walkboard is hinged. You can lift it up, and that gives you access to the things down below the walkboard. And once we're up there, we see our cymbal stern here in the back, and the trebles of one side of the pedals. We have the Borden and the trombone back here. And we can see right out over the case. It feels very compact once you're up here. There's lots of panels on the backside of the case, so it's easy to open them up. However, as we open them up, we see that it is not necessarily easy to get to all of the pipes, especially not from this panel. So we'll open a little lower, and you can see how we get to the tuning wires on these reeds. This is the great side, so this is the great trumpet. Here's the bass end of it. And I look from up top, and it's not easy to reach much from here either. So we'll open up the treble end, and this gives us a little more access to the tops here. It's a little easier to get in there, and you can reach down to get to the mid-range of most of the ranks. And all of this is cone-tuned. The bottom panels slide open to get to the reed wires on the treble reeds here. It's very convenient. Looking back at the pedal reeds and the Borden again. And here's our cymbal stern, which I really couldn't get a better look at. Now we're looking behind the console, and this is the glockenspiel. And then I went back to look at the combination action. It's sort of underneath where the cymbal stern was, trying to see how it sets. This is looking at the great side, and the setters are back there. It's really hard to see because everything's very compact, and it's hard to get a light and a camera in where the action goes, but we tried our best we could. This is the swell side.
This one on the swell. What stop is this? Okay, so hit something that the mixture is not on, and then turn on the mixture and set the mixture.
Hey, you can't see, but the setters are actually on the far side of the stop rods there, and there's a lever that will go in and out, whether the stop is to be on or off. So now we're over on the swell end. We're starting on the treble side. And again, it's easiest to get to most of the pipework from this end. We have our 16-foot dulcian and the oboe here at the back of the chest. And across the chamber is a handhold, so you can suspend yourself over the pipes to reach the farthest ones, I guess. Just looking in the middle. Just like the grate, it's pretty hard to reach anything from back here. If you were doing a full tuning, I assume you might actually pull out some reeds. But you can reach the bottom here of the 16 and the 8. Here's the lowest end. And here's a look at the pipes against the back wall, and this wall and rose window, which had some water damage and required some work not long ago.
we had had trouble finding a organ tuner to come in. Now, being a tracker action organ and with cone tuning, it didn't really need major work, but there were some things here or there that we wanted done. And finally, the Bizarre Organ Company came in from Champaign, Illinois, and did a tuning, the first one in several years. But they also said to me, and I was out of town when they emailed me and said, we noticed that there's a lot of building grit in the pipes. You might want to look at your back wall. And so asked their recommendation on what to do. And they said, well, the base pipes, the pedal pipes will have to come out so you can repair the wall. And they came in and they took those out. The sound was different then for the congregation because I was surprised how much sound the pipes had been absorbing. Now it's just hitting a brick wall and bouncing back out. And that took adjustment for the organists and the congregation both. So the wall was repaired, the rose window above the organ was repaired, which was important to the congregation because Mr. Wissinger designed the organ so that it went around the window. He was told as the contract was being prepared, they could not cover up the rose window. It had to be there. So that was all repaired. The inside of the organ was cleaned. The Bizarre came back in and put the pipes back in, retuned the organ. And actually, the tuning was marvelous because I'm hearing some sounds that I've not heard ever quite from this organ.
Andrew, thank you for telling me about this Wissinger organ and demonstrating here today. Again, a week before Christmas, to give up your time is fantastic. And guess what? This isn't the only place you're going to give us some time this week. So we're going to see a few more things. Weather permitting, we are in Wisconsin in December. So thank you for watching the video and thank you for joining us along. If you want to help us make more videos, remember we depend on our sponsors to help us get to places like Wisconsin, even in December. And you can find out more about becoming a sponsor at Oregon.media. In the meantime, though, make sure you subscribe to our channel because we have a few more things coming out from Wisconsin, so you'll want to catch those more unique organs in unique places that we've never been before. Well, that's it for now. Until next time, I'm Brent Johnson.
I'm Andrew Schaeffer.
Thanks for watching.